Hello and good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. PC Monk here with a FOMC Bitcoin video. Now let's just jump into this. All right. So we are doing a parallel upwards channel. As you guys can see, it started after we recovered from that 24.8. We came back up around here, and then we started to do this parallel channel. And luckily or ironically, we're still holding this parallel channel. Now I want to talk about before I talk about Bitcoin itself, and keep in mind today is FOMC day. We definitely gonna sweep the lows. We definitely gonna sweep the highs. We don't know when. Maybe this move is to sweep the lows, okay? But usually right at the FOMC, because a lot of traders, a lot of GGens, including myself, likes to trade on FOMC and gets liquidated. Well, somebody has to provide the liquidity anyway, and they start to move these do these kind of quick sweep. So I think today is very good for scalping. And before I jump into the whole Bitcoin thing, I want to talk about fundamentals. So here's the fundamentals. Right now, the lowest fundings rate, as you guys could see, the highest fundings rate. If you guys want to trade altcoins, poop coins, then you should essentially take a look at these, not poop coins, shit coins. Poop coins is on another chart called Poo Coin. All right. And then if you go poolcoin.com, you should not ever trade those coins in there. I don't know why I even mentioned that, but whatever. So this is the heat map. As you guys could see, most when you see green, that indicates that most of the liquidations are towards longers. As you guys could see, BTC just liquidated 3.55 million, and so forth and so on. This is important, guys. So I'm showing you guys a liquidation map for Bitcoin. Okay, as you guys could see, the map shows us that there's more liquidity to the downside than to the upside, at least for Binance. So we could say that, or we might just want to, and you guys could see that there's a, let me just remove these. All right, so you guys could see we want to take the 100 leverages out, right? We want to take the high leverages out. So if we come to 26.5, they're all out. If we come to 27.7, they're all out to the upside. All right, now let's put the 50x leverages. Essentially, 50x leverages are out at 26.2, all right? And around here is probably 28K, right? So I would say that 28. So with this being keep this in mind, and this is only for Binance. Now I want to show you guys the whole exchanges. And before I do that, let's take a look at the 26.2. How much will we liquidate around there? 1.07 billion. That's a lot. I wish I had that kind of money. All right, let's go to the upside to that 28.1, 977 million. Well, essentially the same. Now, if we push it a little bit higher to that 28.2, or all of this 28.5, which is going to be 1.18 billion. Now, let's see how much of it, is for Binance, as we definitely saw it there, but this is like a little bit clear. Now, how much of it is for OKX? Okay, so OKX, and how much of it is for Bybit? I think Bybit has a lot of liquidity, right? Okay, so yeah, Bybit. So most of the downwards, I think, is for Bybit. All right, now you guys could play around here and figure it out yourself. And this is the liquidation heat map again on a different way to look at it. So as you guys can see, the more the yellowish the color is, the more liquidity is lying there. Okay, so and the highest liquidity right now is 117 million, around 27.6 on just one single cluster. Okay, obviously if you just summarize all the clusters, if you sum all the clusters, then yeah, it's bigger than that. I don't know why I keep saying summarize, since that's a different word. It means differently than summing all of the prices, or calculating them all together. Anyway, so let's just jump back into this. Now, first thing I want to mention, I usually go from a higher time frame to lower time frame, right? But this time I want to go from lower time frame. I want to mention something, and then I want to go to higher time frames. Okay, so right now we are taking a look at Bitcoin around 15 minutes. 15 minutes is fine, since I was trading this yesterday all day and I didn't make any money. I'll let you guys know why. And the reason was, so yesterday I started trading, right? I started shorting here. I started short here. And I was like, oh my God, let's go. I didn't close here. I didn't close here. It came back here. And I was like, oh my God, is it gonna hit my entry? Then I was like, no, 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 it's not. Then it came back down. I did not close here. And when it started to come back around here, and I was like, okay, let's take a look at it, this 5 minutes, 15 minutes. And I went to be honest, I went into the 5 minutes, right? And I was like, we are getting either like a bull flag or a descending wedge. So I drew this and it was a descending wedge and it was here. And I was like, should I sell this? I was like, no, 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 no. It's gonna come back down. It has to sweep the lows. I know at that time, I mean, we know that Bitcoin was scammy, was like wicking, was like ranging a lot. But so nonetheless, I didn't sell this. And then it just came to my entry. I sold it like around here, just with like, to avoid the funding, not the funding, the fee, just, avoid the fee. So I just closed it here. I was so angry. I was so pissed. But then it went a little bit above. It was around here. I opened another one. I didn't close it here and I did not close it here. So what happened? It came out here and I closed it here. It was like, holy crap, this might just, get to that 28.1 today. So the moral of this story is sometimes, all right, Bitcoin is just so scammy, so wicky that you like it's paradise for scalpers, but you have to scalp it. You don't have to be like, okay, this is the top or this is the top or we're gonna go down. Unfortunately, it was with me like that yesterday. It's not always like that, but yesterday that part of emotion or whatever you want to call it, logic, whatever, kicked in and didn't let me make any money yesterday, essentially. Now, I want to talk about some other things. So you guys can see sometimes you could go into lower time frame and take a look at this. And I was like, holy crap, this descending wedge. And even if you take a look at it on the 1 hour, it was giving you the descending wedge too. Okay, right here. So, but there's a big but. Usually on a descending wedge on a 1 hour, 2 hours, and above, you expect a good move, like 5%. But this was only 1.4%. And what happened is we had the premium zone around here with this wick, right? And what happened is it just moved the premium zone a little bit higher. All right. And usually when this happens, that indicates that we're going to go low. So we did go low and then we came back up. And this was like literally just a, liquidity clear out. As you guys could see, if I put it on the 5 minutes, you guys could see we just came here to this supply area, we cleared it, and then we went back down. Obviously on the lower time frame, when we clear supply zone and the supply zone is close to that previous premium, it will make a premium. Okay, I don't know if if you got what I said, but nonetheless, what happened, yeah, was that, and right now we're here. So right now let's talk about right now. We could see that we lost this trend line. This is a good trend line. We lost it right here and we exited from it. We retested it, it failed, and right now it's doing something like this. And one thing I forgot to mention right here, something in this descending wedge was essentially just, overwhelmingly telling me that this is gonna go higher. And I expected it to go very, like, I was like, holy crap, don't get liquidated on this. This could be a big move. And do you know why? Because not only we were getting a descending wedge, we were getting an inverse head and shoulder, as you guys could see. Can you draw, please? Okay. This is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder, and this is our inverse head and shoulder. Inverse head and shoulder. So there you go. And that's what I wanted to show you guys. And right now, even again on this 5 minute, as we could see, we are getting another inverse head and shoulder. And right now, Bitcoin been printing these inverse head and shoulders a lot. We have to see how is this going to play out. Since it's only on the 5 minutes, I think the worst case scenario is we're going to come and check this equilibrium again, where the buyers and the sellers were essentially, 50-50, and then we might just, crash it back. Yeah, well, checking this will essentially hit the support line. I think the support line will become a resistance. We don't even know if we're going to hit it or not. We could just, stop a little bit lower around here and then come back down. That's a possibility. So, and that's the lower time frame that I'm talking about right now. just takes me like 9 minutes to talk about it. I have to talk faster. So on the higher time frame, as we've seen the liquidity, as we've seen everything. One more thing I want to talk to you guys about. Sorry guys, this is like a lot that I have to talk about. I'll put it on 45 minutes since it's the same. I might make a mistake here, but I'll correct it right away. Hopefully I don't, but be prepared. So yesterday was Tuesday, 19th September. And we went up, right? And we went up 2 times. This is the first time, and this is the second time. Now I want to talk about the second time. All right. So that I was like, are we gonna go up? What is going on? All right. And I decided to just take a look at something that always tells me the truth. So there's 2 things that you could check. First of all, it's the CVDs. All right, the CVD tells you if the buyers are strong or not. Okay. Let me just zoom in. Sorry, guys, this takes a long time. All right, so right here we could see yesterday the buyers were kind of strong until here, right? And if you zoom in, if you take a look at this candle that dropped in price action, it shows that it covers 3 candle. What happened? Hello? Great, this is news. Suddenly it stops. Anyway, so on the candle, it shows you that this covered 3 candle, but in the CVD or cumulative delta, it shows it did not. So that tells you, or even in here, as you could see, we went all the way, essentially, in the middle of this candle, even lower than this candle, but yeah, CVD did not show that. So this essentially told me that the bulls are stronger, the buyers are stronger, and that's one. But then when we made this, and I've seen the CVD like this again. Obviously, the CVD was doing a rising wedge, but I don't do patterns on CVD. I'd only take a look at the candles. So I thought, are we gonna go higher or not? And then I was like 50-50. Then I decided to take a look at Bitcoin USDT open interest. I definitely tell you to pin this to your trading view and check it time after time, especially after a pump or dump. So this was the first, no, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm gonna definitely make a mistake, and let me just find it for you. All right, there we go, there we go. It has to be on lower time frame, guys. It had to be on lower time frame. So this is the first step pump, right? As you could see, it's Tuesday, 19th September. Okay, and what happened is, after that, this is the second pump. Now, if I show you guys the second pump right here, as you guys could see, the second pump went even higher than the first pump, right? But it really did not show. I mean, this is the first pump. My bad, guys. This is the first pump. This is the first pump, right? And then this is the second pump. All right. And the second pump didn't go as high as the first pump, as you guys could see right here, right? The second pump didn't go that high. So this indicates to me that there's not much open interest into the market, and it's just the price going up and down, or like the market makers just want to sweep some people out, and that's what happened. So that's why open interest is actually a good thing to check. And after that, the open interest, although we picked it up in here, the open interest did not pick it up at all. As you guys could see, it just dropped, and even right now it's still going down. So when open interest is going down, and when the market is not moving, that means there's a lot of shorts probably piling up, and then we're gonna get it, like that. So that was what I wanted to tell you guys. Now let's just jump into the higher time frame. All right, so 4 hours. So what do we think right now? After all that talk from yesterday, what do we think right now? We think that Bitcoin still has room to go up. And we also think that Bitcoin needs to sweep the lows. There's a lot of shorters. I'm sorry, there's a lot of longers still to be liquidated. Obviously, a lot of people are longing right here, and that's why Bitcoin stopped. But there's a lot of longers around here. And what I think is going to happen, I think Bitcoin has to drop around this equilibrium, where, as you guys could see, this is the equilibrium where the sellers and the buyers, they were like 50-50. We don't know if we want to go up, we don't know if we want to go down, but at the end they made their decision, and then we went up. But I want to tell you guys this: the equilibrium has to be tested one more time, and if we dump around the equilibrium, we hold it here, and then we start to crawl back up. This could indicate that we want that 28.1 and even higher. All right, but essentially I think we're going to stop around here today, and when prior to the FOMC FOMC before the FOMC starts. We're gonna stop around here and then sweep the lows. And by sweeping the lows, I think we might just come around at this discount level, which is 28.4, or even a little bit higher, 25.1. And this is if you want to go up after the sweep. So sweep the lows, sweep the highs, and then make your move. And to sweep the highs, I would say we essentially need to at least come to that 28.1. And if we clear this weekly high, then that indicates we are strong, and we might just see 29.4 coming into tuition after like a long time mentioning it. And obviously I was mentioning 28.1 a lot too, but we have to see that how Bitcoin's going to prior to the FOMC moves. All right, right now it really does not have any momentum, so we could say that it could just stop here. All right, then sweep the lows, come around here, sweep the highs, come around here, and then make the move to the downside. All the three-leg moves, there's a lot of methods that you could put into this right now and figure out where is it going. I just want to talk to you guys about Dixie a little bit too. So Dixie is picking up. I'm telling you guys, today doesn't really look good for Bitcoin, okay? So Dixie was doing this bull flag. I mean, this is definitely a bull flag. It failed the bull flag. I usually call this, a lot of people call it a fail pattern. I call it a debate on the pattern. The pattern is valid, but it debates you into thinking it's not valid. It dumps it and then it picks it back up. And as we dump, if people are trading the Dixie, all the longest around here and a little bit lower got probably stopped out. So I think Dixie's kind of, trying to move to the upside, trying to have a spike to the upside. And if that happened, Bitcoin and everything will drop. Now, yep, that's it. And if Dixie is not strong today, and if it wants to dump from here, and then we probably could see that if that 31K come into play again, or even 32K could come into play today. Now let's just, before I actually go back to that, can I talk about SPX a little bit? Thank you. So as you guys could see, SPX yesterday, and this is a 4-hour candle, yesterday made a beautiful candle, two beautiful candles, as you can see, and it just really was just stalling. It was just consolidating. I could just show you guys a 1 hour, or I could just, I mean, this is a 1 hour. First enough, right? The first 4 hour, dump it. The second 4 hour, pump it. That was it. That was literally S&P 500 yesterday. It was just ranging. Everything was ranging yesterday. Unfortunately, if you were a scalper and you were acting like me, you were waiting for a move. Oh my God, that's just silly me, silly. Anyway, I mean, there's more trades to be made, but yesterday was a good day to make money, and I really need money these days. Anyway, guys, and that's what's up. So I've talked to you guys about Bitcoin possible movement. Just want to conclude it and then call it the day. So if we want to go down, definitely 23.8 or 23.9 will come into play. I don't think this dotted yellow line will hold again. I don't think we're going to retest it after the FOMC. And if we're about to go down, like I said, this is not going to hold. All right. So I'm just going to throw one possible scenario, and that would be it. I mentioned it a couple of times right now, but I'm going to say it again and I call it day. All right, so I think we're going to consolidate around here, maybe come a little bit lower or a little bit higher, just essentially around here. And then when the FOMC starts, we're going to sweep the lows first, sweep the lows around here because we have a lot of longers. Sweep the lows, take all these longers out, and then sweep the highs and take all these shorters out, which the shorters probably we try to clean that 28.1. If we clean that 28.1, that would be bullish to my side, but I think we're gonna fail to clean it. We're just gonna sweep it to like 28K flat, or to this dotted white line, if you call it. And then we come back, and then we consolidate or maybe perform a couple more sweeps, and then after that we just collapse Bitcoin into 23.8. Now, could it be more catastrophic? Of course it could be more catastrophic. We could come to 22.9, and if that doesn't hold, I would say 20K flat, which will complete the gap, but that's like a 20% drop, and that would be a huge candle. And I think with that candle, every momentum to the upside, every bulls will have their jaw dropped, even the bears. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please support me on TradingView, Boost, comment, everything, and on YouTube too. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube, please. And also, I like to talk about my strategies with people. So if you want to talk about it, I'm up to it. But I cannot guarantee if you're gonna make money or you're just wasting your time talking to me. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Stay safe, stay green. Until next time, ciao.